What's up, everybody? Will Knight here, back again with another reaction video, and I'm joined by
Matt McKinley.
yep, back again with another Marvel trailer. Because I guess they just want to come out with stuff this week. And that's just
Can't
how
give
it
us
is.
enough.
So, do you know anything about Modok?
I don't even know what a Modok is.
Mhm.
If it's an acronym, you probably wouldn't surprise me. But if it's also a VLAN, it also wouldn't surprise me. I've never heard it before, but if it's Marvel's Modok, it does roll off the tongue.
Yes. So, um, you're actually good on both accounts. It is an acronym and it is a villain. So, do you remember Iron Man 3? You had Guy Pearce's character who was the fake man, the fake real Mandarin, but was really Dragon Man.
Yes.
Yeah. He led an organization called AIM, which stands for Advanced Idea Mechanics. They're pretty much like a terrorist super villain group that uses science to try and take over the world. That's the main thing. One of the major things that AIM ever did was create and it's got like two different acronyms, but it's either the mechanized or the mechanical organism designed only for killing, which is what Modok is. Some of the other acronyms switch the killing with conquest, but considering that it's a K at the end, unless they're in the Mortal Kombat universe, exactly. It's like I know exactly what they meant to say. So, Modok is essentially this organism that they created to try and take over the world. It's an extremely smart being with telekinetic powers. But it's known in the Marvel Universe because, and I'm going to quote Thor from Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, who saw him for the first time and said, "Oh, it's a frost giant's head on an infant's body," where it literally is a head with like these limbs coming out of it, and that's pretty much in a floating chair.
Oh.
And that's the best way that I can describe him. He's kind of a joke character and kind of not. He's one of those characters that, like, by design was supposed to be dangerous, but looked so ridiculous that, like, even like children's cartoons started using him and pulling him out for stuff because he was just a weird looking character and was not taken as seriously as he was meant to be taken in like Marvel Comics.
So his aesthetic does not match his arsenal of where he is extremely powerful and extremely dangerous and hazardous, and you should probably take more care when handling him. But if it looks like a platypus, you have to say that it's ridiculous.
Kind of, yeah. And then on top of that, he has like a big ego. He's got like a Doctor Doom sized ego, where it's just like he thinks he's better than.
Did you not just say that he's got a fat head?
Yes, I did, but it's yeah, I get what they were going for. It's just that this is what we ended up with. But as you can see right over here, they got a trailer for a Modok show coming out on Hulu. I'm surprised that it's not. I'm not really surprised that it's not coming out on Disney Plus, but like, it's weird to me because we're in the phase of like Disney taking over everything.
Well, what if Disney does not actually own the rights to the acronym unless it's with a C, and then they can release it that way?
I honestly,
we'll only have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And especially if they have to change the life model decoy.
Yes. So we're gonna hop into Modok season 1. I still can't believe that this character, out of all characters, is getting a show, and not even a TV. It was just a show in and of itself. I think that it's supposed to be a comedy. I think that's what I've heard, like, buzzing around the internet. But when I heard people say that Modok was getting a show, I was just like, okay, well, if they get to it, and that's what I said about Shang-Chi too, and I'm proved wrong twice this week because apparently Marvel really believes in these things.
Well, you gotta branch off and you gotta illuminate a little bit more of everything else that's out there, and then see if it works. If it don't, then allow the audience to forget about it.
Yeah, but it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. I understood why they took a chance on it, because regardless of how like dumb the Guardians are in like the MCU, they were pretty much just like Space Avengers in the comics. So it was just like at some point they were going to get to them, whether they changed them or not. They were going to get to them. Modok is one of those where it's just like I I don't I.
I really
Maybe if he was like a background villain, kind of how they did like Baron Strucker in Avengers 2, where it was just like, oh, he's the guy that Ultron kills off, or like something like that, I would get it. But Modok is not a character that I would base an entire show around. He might be like around. He might like how they eventually started doing Thor in Endgame, where he's like the fatter Thor and is just like
Yes.
a sloppier character, and everybody knows Thor, so they don't mind where he's at in that movie, but he really is in the background for the most part. He's like comedic relief. I could see Modok being that. Like if you did like a lot of people are saying that they want to do like a Thunderbolts show, which is like an evil superhero team of like reformed villains and stuff like that. I could see him being on that team and being like a background character, because he's like you kind of said, he is a haphazard. He does have some dangerous techniques and stuff, but he himself is not somebody that I would just like sit and watch. But maybe this show will change it. I don't know. Maybe there's a whole side to MODOK that I've never personally seen before.
There's only one way to find out, and I didn't even know that MODOK existed until we had this trailer.
Yeah, I mean, he's been around in some media. He's been in video games. He's been in cartoons. He's been in shows. Like, maybe I'm just not giving him his just desserts. But we gonna check it out. But before we do, let's go ahead and cue the intro. Alright, just gotta make sure that everything is set right here and now for everything that I need. Yep, looks pretty good. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this thing.
One day, that big, beautiful, womb-wrecking head of yours is going to change the world.
Time to change the world by bringing it to its knees.
See, like,
Oh.
Modok. And do you know what Modok stands for? Mental organism designed only for killing. Oh, no one took the cans out?
okay, alright. Dang.
We have to tell the kids.
No arms and.
Kids, she's lost her mind. You have to stop her.
What are you telling the kids?
I'm comforting them. If you tell her I said any of this, this will be one of the many divorces where it is the kid's fault.
Wow. Wow.
Wonder Man. Pending Avenger, underwear modeler.
Okay, so Wonder Man's in it? I think that was Iron Man.
I'm to reclaim my destiny.
Yep. That's shade. So we got Asgard, Fing Fang Foom. I couldn't tell if that was Kamala Khan or not. Alright.
Am I the businessman? Yeah, about that. We're bankrupt. What? I'm sorry. I thought this coffee was for everyone.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Very, very.
Okay,
simple.
Lulu. Yeah, like that kind of makes sense. Like with everything that they have that they want to try and do.
I mean, the art style is one very, very robot chicken.
Yes. Yes.
It's been a long time since I've seen Robot Chicken, but I actually would be fun to see it again. But you were mentioning characters as well, like Wonder Man, sure. it's finally saying, hey, okay, this person has been around in the comics for over 20 years. Let's
And now
actually
you get
make
to
him a
see-
character.
Oh man, I like how they had even the old school Iron Man just sitting out there, like not any of the newer tech looking suits. It kind of looked like the old school, just like rundown version of the Iron Man armor that you would see in like old comics and stuff like that. So I guess it's gonna have like a retro feel to it, but clearly Modok's a bit of an asshole, which fits.
Yes.
Like you can imagine that that fits a character that just like looks like that.
He's got the big-headedness of the Thanos. He has a floating chair, like the first time we got to see him, but at the same time, he does not have the rest of the body. I was not expecting all of that.
Yeah,
But,
I tried to because when I said Frost Giant's head on the infant's body, you probably thought that it was just like, oh, he's got a Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, exactly. A very large head,
Mm-hmm.
but
But
he's still got a body. It's instead you don't
he's
have.
all head and just a couple limbs.
He ain't got no body. It's like Mr. Potato Head, sort of where you take off the limbs and you insert him into any hole that you possibly can to make him go. And he has a family. There's a lot going on in the show.
I don't know what's up with that one. That's definitely like a show, more of a show
A
thing.
Family Guy, Cleveland show.
Yeah.
Setup of where that's the frame for everything to work off of.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested to see where Modok goes as a character. I'm interested to see like where the comedy elements to a murderous robot
Yes.
goes. But at the same time, I mean, why not give it a shot?
Yeah, I mean, why not? They're Falcon and the Winter Soldier ends this week. Loki doesn't pick up until June,
Shucks.
I think. So this is the buffer show, I guess.
Yeah.
Like even though
You
it's
gotta
not
write out
coming out
time.
on Disney Plus, it's like it's the thing that's coming out in the middle, I guess. I don't know. I'll give it a shot, man. It's Modok. Shang-Chi and Modok in the same week got announced for a movie and a TV show.
Well,
2021 is a time, man.
that means by the end of the month we're gonna get a Bullet Ray bill or something else that you inform me exists. And we're just gonna have to say, sure.
I mean, look, if Beta Ray got a movie, I'd be down for that because he isn't actually. At least he's a recurring character, and to be honest, he did actually get some shine in Marvel Comics recently. So if he did show up in something, I could understand it because they only really do that when characters are like coming in soon enough. Like Blade is starting to get more shine again, and they've already announced that there's another Blade coming out, so stuff like that. But if he doesn't, he doesn't. I don't really know how many more obscure Marvel characters are coming out. I'm still waiting on a real trailer for Marvel What If, because that's the show that I want to see, where it's just what if scenarios based off of what could have happened in the MCU. XYZ thing was a little bit different.
If somebody else had a different, I guess, plan for each one of the previous comics that had already come out and
Mhm.
have been a historic issue, number 67 or something like that, and instead, well, what if this happened to this character? I still say that's a great scenario to play, and I think you first told me that, like, from Comic Book Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same way that, like, you also informed me of what is Beta Ray Bill.
Yes.
Because I was looking at the front of it and I said, look, I'm going to get a free comic. I don't know what this is, but it's free.
Yeah. Hey, look, if you were ever getting a free comic, a Beta Ray Bill wasn't any bad.
No.
So, yeah, I'm waiting for Marvel What If and I guess Secret Invasion because I love that story, but I don't like what I'm hearing about how that story is going to go. But either way, that was the first trailer for Modok. Still can't believe he's a character. Still can't believe that we're getting him Hey, Hulu, you got that. So we're gonna get up on out of here. I'm Will Knight.
Matt McKinley.
Remember to be brave, be bold,